Hello everyone. Thank you all for watching the video. Wishing you all good health and peace. The wind's got a mean streak today, howling across the cement warehouse lot like it's trying to sweep me off my feet. It's cold. Cold enough to make your breath puff out in clouds and your fingers ache if you leave them out too long. I'm standing by the gate, hands jammed deep in my pockets, when my phone starts buzzing like a trapped fly. It's my sister Lynn, the warehouse manager, and she sounds like she's about to chew through the line. "Chung, you awake?" She snaps, voice sharp as a knife. "Get your butt to the cement warehouse. They told me yesterday we had 100 tons left." 100 tons, Chung? But now it's gone. All of it. Folks are blowing up my phone, needing cement to build houses for the new year, and we've got nothing to give them. What the heck's going on? I rub my eyes, still half asleep from a night spent tossing on my lumpy mattress. The sun's barely up, painting the sky a weak gray, and I'm already getting an earful. "Hold up, sis. Gone. Like all of it? You sure nobody swiped it or something?" I'm half joking, things get messy around here, but 100 tons is a stretch even for a screw-up. "Swiped?" She barks, and I can almost see her glaring. "You think I'd let that happen? I'd have their heads before a single sack left without my say-so. Get over there and check it, Chung. I'm losing my dang mind." All right, I say, chuckling despite her mood. Lynn's always been fierce about her work. Runs that warehouse like a general, keeping every crate and sack accounted for. I hang up, zip my jacket tight, and trudge across the gravel lot, my sneakers crunching against the stones. These shoes are on their last legs, soles so thin I feel every sharp rock digging into my feet. I need new ones, but that's a problem for when I've got cash, which is about as likely as a warm day in January. The warehouse looms ahead, a big, rusty beast with a tin roof that rattles in the wind. I push open the metal door, and it creaks like it's got a grudge against me. Inside is just like Lynn said, empty. Not a single bag of cement in sight. Yesterday this place was packed, sacks stacked so high you could barely see the back wall. I hauled a few myself, sweat soaking my shirt even in the chilly air, joking with the crew about building a castle with all that stock. Now, it's a ghost town. The concrete floor's bare except for a scattering of pebbles, a few torn burlap scraps, and a faint dusting of cement powder that catches the dim light. I stand there, hands on my hips, staring at the emptiness like it's gonna cough up answers. 100 tons, I mutter. How does 100 tons just disappear? I kick a pebble and it skitters across the floor, bouncing off a wall with a faint ping. My mind's racing, trying to piece it together. Maybe they shipped it out by mistake? Or someone botched the count? I've seen guys mess up before, scribbling numbers wrong because they're half asleep or laughing over a dumb joke. But 100 tons? That's not a small oops. That's a disaster. I pull out my phone and call Lynn back, pacing the empty space. "Sis, you weren't kidding. It's all gone. Not a speck left. You think they sent it to the wrong place or what?" She lets out a sigh so heavy it could sink a boat. "I don't know, Chung. I'm pulling my hair out here. People are calling nonstop, wanting to build houses, start fresh for the new year. And we're letting him down." Her words hit hard. Around here, a new house for the new year is more than just construction. It's a promise, a fresh start, a place to plant roots and build dreams. Folks save for years, scraping every penny to pour a foundation, raise walls, give their families something solid. Knowing they're stuck because of us makes my stomach twist. "Don't worry," I say, trying to sound surer than I feel. "I'll check the other warehouses, see if we can scrounge something up. We'll figure it out." "You better hurry," she says, voice tight with stress. "I'm counting on you." I hang up and head out, the cold air smacking my face like a wet rag. The road to town's a rutted mess of dirt and gravel, tough on my worn-out sneakers. My mind's spinning, not just about the cement but everything. Some warehouses are drowning in stock, bricks, sand, gravel, piled high because nobody's buying. It's costing a fortune to store, and I heard talk of exporting it overseas, sending it off to build skyscrapers or whatever. That's way above my level. I'm just the guy who sweeps the floors, checks the books, and tries to keep things from falling apart. Halfway to town, I pass the market, already buzzing despite the cold. Stalls are crammed with color, bright orange pumpkins, stacks of greens, baskets of eggs, chickens clucking in cages. The air smells of fried dough, fresh herbs, and a hint of diesel from delivery trucks. Voices overlap, vendors shouting prices, customers haggling, kids laughing as they dart through the crowd. I spot Auntie Lon at her stall, arranging pumpkins that look so perfect they could be in a picture book. I wave, slowing down. "Morning, Auntie. Those pumpkins look too good to be real." She laughs, her eyes crinkling, breath puffing out in clouds. "Chung, you sweet talker. These are sweet as honey, I swear. Want one for supper? Half price for my favorite warehouse boy." I grin, tempted. I'm on a mission, warehouse stuff. But hold up, I got something for you. I dig into my bag and pull out a woven basket I grabbed a couple days ago by the river. It's simple straw, tightly woven, sturdy enough for veggies or laundry. Thought it'd look good on your stall. Her face lights up like I handed her gold. "Oh, Chung, this is beautiful. Look at that weave, tight as a drum. Where'd you find it?" "Little shop down the way," I shrug. "Figured it'd suit you." "You're too good," she says, patting my arm with her rough hands. "Here, take a pumpkin." No arguing. She shoves one at me. Big, round, heavy as a rock, before I can protest. I laugh, tucking it under my arm. "Thanks, Auntie. I'll swing by later." "You better," she calls as I head off, her voice warm against the cold. The market's a whirlwind, vendors yelling, kids running, old ladies bargaining over fish. I help Mrs. Tam carry a sack of rice to her cart, and she smiles. "Good boy, Chung," she says, and it's like a little spark in my chest. Small things like that, they keep you going. I'm thinking about the cold, brutal this year, worse than last. My nephew Tuan pops into my head. He's 8, always out playing in a thin shirt, not a care in the world. I want to get him a coat, something warm for these freezing days, but money's tight. Always is. I flash back to me and my brother Min as kids, sneaking mangoes from old lady Na's tree down by the creek. I'd chuck a rock to knock him down, and Min would grab him, but when Na caught us, he took the blame, saying it was his idea. Got a tongue lashing for it too, but he just grinned at me later. He's always had my back, Min, through lean years, fights, all of it. I hit another warehouse, hoping for cement. Old man Vin's there, sipping tea from a chipped mug. "Nothing," he says when I ask. "Got gravel though." "Gravel?" I snort, leaning on a crate. "Folks need cement, not rocks." He shrugs. "Good luck." Empty-handed, I head back to the main warehouse. I grab a broom, bristles half gone, and sweep the floors to stay busy. The cement mess nags, but Lynn's handling the big stuff. I'm just keeping things tidy, making sure the place doesn't look like a pigsty. Min shows up, slumping onto a crate in his old denim jacket. "Rough day?" he asks. "Yeah," I say, wiping sweat despite the cold. "Cement's gone," Lynn's stressed, "I'm running in circles." "Here," he says, tossing me a basket, bigger than Auntie Lan's, woven tight. "Got it at the market. For your stuff." "Man, this is nice," I say, turning it over. "You didn't have to." "Shut up," he grins. "Like it." "Love it." It's small, but it lifts my mood like a pat on the back. We chat, weather, work, nothing deep. Then he gets serious. "Be careful, Chung. Saw some rough guys by the river. Area's getting dicey." "I'm fine," I say, sweeping. But his worry sticks. Min's always looked out for me, ever since those mango stealing days. He heads off and I lock up, walking home under a sky turning orange. My shack's small, creaky bed, old stove, walls thin as paper, but it's mine. I light the stove, eyeing Auntie Lan's pumpkin. Maybe I'll try soup tomorrow, chop it up, boil it with some onion. I'm no cook, but I manage. I check the warehouse books, numbers blurring as my eyes droop. My mind drifts, Tuan's coat, Mr. Hung's quiet shop. He's been struggling, hope he's okay. I'll visit soon, maybe bring something to cheer him up. Next morning the warehouse is hopping, trucks rumbling, guys hauling crates. I help unload tiles, heavy and slick, my arms burning after a dozen trips. Duke, a driver, claps my back. "Chung, you're a machine." "Practice," I laugh. A new kid drops a crate, tiles spill everywhere. I help him clean. "Happens," I say. "Don't tell Lynn." He nods, grateful. Small stuff, but it feels good to help. By afternoon, I'm beat but head to the market to sell sugarcane. I set up my spot, cane stacked neat, sweet and juicy. People come by and I'm chopping fast, knife flashing. "How much?" Mrs. Hoa asks, scarf tight against the cold. 2,000 apiece, 5 for 10,000, I say. She buys a few. "For my grandkids." "You okay?" Getting by, I grin. Mrs. Lean gets 6. For my niece, she winks. A kid runs up waving a sausage. Try this. I bite savory smoky with a snap. What's this? Sausage, she yells, darting off. First time for that. I pocket my earnings, slim, but maybe enough for Tuan's coat if I'm careful. Heading home, I stop for slippers. My sneakers are done, holes big enough to lose a toe. I pick a warm pair, soft inside. These'll do, I tell the seller. Good choice, she says, smiling. I slip 'em on and it's like heaven. Small things, slippers, cane, a basket, they keep you grounded. At home, I kick off the slippers and light the stove, the flame flickering like it's shy. Auntie Lan's pumpkin sits on the counter, bright against the dim room. I'll try that soup tomorrow, see if I can't make something decent. I sit at my wobbly table, checking the books. Numbers swim and my mind wanders. Tuan needs that coat. The cold's only getting worse, and I see him shivering sometimes, even if he laughs it off. Lynn's working herself ragged, carrying the warehouse on her shoulders. Min's out there always watching my back. Mr. Hung's shop's been dark lately. Hope he's holding up. I'll bring him some of that soup, maybe cheer him up. The New Year's coming and the town's alive with it. Folks cleaning houses, hanging red lanterns, kids setting off firecrackers that pop like gunfire. It's hope, that's what it is, new starts, new dreams. I want that for Tuan, for Lynn, for all of us. But it's hard when money's short and work's a grind. I think about my own dreams, maybe a little shop someday, nothing big, just enough to get by without worrying. But that's far off, like a star you can see but never touch. I close the book, numbers finally straight, and crawl into bed. The mattress sags, but it's familiar, wrapping me like an old friend. Wind howls outside, rattling the windows, but I'm warm under my patched blanket. Tomorrow's another day, warehouses, Kane running around keeping things together. Life's tough, messy, but it's mine. There's Tuan's laugh, Min's grin, Auntie Lan's pumpkins, Mrs. Hoa's kindness. They add up, make it worth it. I drift off, the wind singing me to sleep, ready for whatever comes next.